Faith can move mountains. Radio Maria, 91.3 FM.
The voice of truth.
Hello, wonderful, good, amazing listeners of Radio Maria 91.3 FM, the voice of truth. Did I get it right?
Yeah, that's
Okay. So I'm beginning to show myself to announce the topic we are going to treat today. So we are glad that you have tuned in again to learn with us. This, remember, is an educational program where we share deep insight on the importance of education. We discuss various and diverse topics in education, issues bordering around learning, and you also get to hear an expert share views and opinion on the way forward. Uncle Ben, sometimes as a student, I don't feel like making my notes up to date. I know that I have an assignment, but I keep procrastinating. Not because I have anything, important that I'm doing. I don't just feel like doing my assignment or homework. Even when I am motivated or told that this is very important to your stage in life right now. Dear listeners, can you pick anything from those lines of questions or sentences that I've just made to Uncle Ben? What does this suggest to you? On this program today, we're going to learn how to manage a lazy student. Oh, okay. And in the studio with us, you're going to hear everybody, including our guest, our resource person, introduce herself. It promises to be a very exciting program, very educating. So, if you are a parent, you are a caregiver, you are a guardian, we appeal to you to please get your children around you so that they can listen to this program. It doesn't matter whether they feel lazy to making their notes up to date or doing assignment. There must be something that they will be able to pick from this program today. Even you as a parent on how to help if you have a child or a word that shows some signs of laziness and how to motivate them. This is a phone-in program. I'd like to remind you the time for you to participate will be made known to you. And when it comes for you to phone in, please do us the honors of turning down the volume of your set or kindly walk away so we can hear each other. All right? So now, as the time where we in the studio tell us who we are.
okay. My name is Ben Anafanado. You can call me Uncle Ben for short. I'm the co-anchor of this program.
My name is Antonia Ileru, Antitonia for short.
Okay. Everyone seems to have an alias. Mind you, it's not pronounced alias, it's alias. That's the right pronunciation.
Wow.
Yeah. Every time
We are learning.
on this program, we learn one or two things. So for those who used to say, my name is Baba alias, brother, sister, uncle, auntie, it's not alias, it's alias.
Elias.
That's how it's pronounced.
Alright.
So my name is Iswana Jane Avodoya. And you can call me Auntie Edoya for short.
Great.
So yeah, as it is usual with us on this program, we start off with our academia spotlight. On our academia spotlight today, we are remembering the heroes of June 16, the International Day of the African Child. It honors that day, June 16th, honors the memory, the courage, resilience, and potential of African children. It is celebrated annually on June 16 to raise awareness about the rights, needs, and challenges faced by children across the African continent. It is a day that governments, NGOs, meaning non-governmental organizations, international organizations, and other stakeholders gather to discuss challenges, and opportunities facing the full realization of the rights of the children in Africa. The day was initiated in 1991 by OAU Group, the one you call Organization for African Unity. It honored those who participated in the uprising 16th June 1976 in Soweto in South Africa. On that day, about 10,000 school children marched in a column more than half a mile long, protesting the poor quality of their education and demanding the right to be taught in their own language. Following up with that protest, over 1,000 of them were shot, and sadly, hundreds died in that protest. I don't know what this means to you. So that is why the Organization of African Unity thought it wise to remember them yearly on the 16th of June, so that that legacy and that sacrifice will not go in vain. As with every year, this year's theme is Education for Empowerment, Unlocking the Future. If you want to know more on how to get involved in celebrating the day, you can check Google for that information. On this note, we say, a rainmaker does not struggle over the ownership of a pond. Therefore, master your art and own your space. What would you and I be remembered for? I'll ask again, what would you and I be remembered for? Thank you. And please don't go anywhere, because we'll come back to you shortly after the break with more. Yes, dear amazing listener of Radio Maria 91.3 FM, Abuja, the voice of truth. You're welcome back to our program, Learn with Us. So, on this segment, we are going to ask our dear resource persons we have in the studio today a few questions on how to manage a lazy student. So, I start with Uncle Ben. Who is a lazy student? And what are the signs that tells a student is lazy?
Okay. A lazy student is one that is not willing to learn.
Okay.
That's who a lazy student is. Um, there are so many signs that shows that the student is lazy.
Uh,
Number one, absent from classes.
hmm.
Yes. Number two, not completing note at all.
Okay.
Number three, coming late to class.
Hmm.
Number four, not taking interest in the
Okay.
topic under consideration.
Okay.
Yeah, the student that is unwilling to learn
Uh-huh.
is a lazy student.
So when you say absent from classes and coming late, is it without, permission or excuse or notifying the school on the reasons for absenteeism or lateness to school?
There's difference between absent from school
Okay.
and absent from class.
Okay, from class, not school.
No, from class and school.
Okay.
So imagine that, okay, the teacher is teaching biology, for instance. The student don't like the biology teacher.
Sorry, I didn't used to like physics. not the teacher. I didn't used to like physics as a subject.
It could be that the person don't like
So I used to
biology.
dodge. Now I can connect with that.
And the person don't even like the biology teacher. The
Yeah.
person might decide to sneak and stay in another class
Okay.
and avoid the period entirely.
So the person is in school
He's in
but is
school.
avoiding the class.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I get that now. So, Auntie Tonia, what could be the possible causes of laziness in a student?
Okay. Number one, lack of interest in a particular subject.
All right.
Some students have zeroed their mind
Hmm.
that a particular subject is boring
Hmm.
or difficult. So immediately the teacher walks into the classroom, they just tune in.
Hmm.
They are absent-minded. They are not ready to learn.
Hmm.
Secondly, lack of interest in the teacher. Sometimes
Hmm.
some students like a subject, but they don't like the teacher. So that could bring about them relaxing or loss of interest in that particular subject.
Okay. All right, no problem. So I will ask you, Antitonia, is a lazy student aware that he or she is lazy? If no, what is usually their reaction when they are told about their learning status and when a motivation measure is communicated to them on how to handle the issue?
Okay, most lazy students know they are lazy.
Okay.
In the classroom, for instance,
Mm.
most of the students who are lazy, they actually know they are lazy. And the thing with most of these students
Mm.
is they are nonchalant. Even when you tell them or you try to remind them to be up and doing with their studies,
Mm.
they are not interested. Most of them are not interested. They
Okay.
feel they have this nonchalant attitude towards learning,
Mm.
you know,
Mm.
because some of them feel at the end of the day, when it's time for exam, they will just quickly read or
Oh.
glance through their books and they
Mm.
will sharp pass.
Mm.
So
Okay.
most of them actually think they know they are lazy,
Mm.
but they are nonchalant. Even when you are telling them,
Yeah.
study, copy your notes, be up and doing, they're
Mm.
not interested.
Mm.
They're not interested.
And so once they're not interested, they are not interested.
Yeah, they're not interested. There are some students that you talk from morning till night, they will do nothing about their laziness.
Okay. All right. So, Brother Ben, Uncle Ben, are there categories to student laziness such as lazy, not so lazy, or very lazy?
Yes, there are categories.
Mm.
But let me quickly make this known to our dear listener. Um, there's a difference between a lazy
Mm.
student and a slow learner.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
mistake one for the
Exactly.
other.
Exactly.
Okay, a lazy student is the person that don't want to learn at all,
Unwilling.
who don't have the willingness to learn.
Mm.
Someone who feel that okay, I can do my assignment later now.
Mm.
Is it necessary? If it's not a need, they don't go for it.
Okay.
But the student is someone who keep learning,
Mm.
except that the
The
pace
pace.
is slow.
Mm.
But someone who has a willingness to learn.
Mm.
I mean, because of the way their brain is configured, or because of maybe what they inherited from their parents, it can make them, to learn slow. But
Okay.
that does not make them
Or other
lazy.
factors in the
Other factors,
environment.
exactly, yeah, can make them to learn slow, but
Okay.
it doesn't mean they are lazy.
Mm.
So a lazy person is a student who is not self-motivated,
Mm.
who lack that willingness to learn.
Mm.
And we have categories of course, lazy students.
Mm.
There are people who are very lazy, like very, very lazy.
Mm.
There are other who are moderate,
Okay.
and there are other okay, just very lazy and moderate.
Okay.
Those who are moderate maybe have external influence, someone motivated them from the background, or parental influence is coming in, or teachers that they are actually relating with.
Okay.
They're assisting them. But there are some students, like she mentioned, that
Mm.
even if you push them, they're not willing to learn.
Mm. So, like those kind of students now, what's usually the reaction when you want to communicate a measure to motivate them? Or when you communicate a measure to motivate them on how to pick up and meet up, what's usually the reaction?
Well, the reaction, I'm talking from experience now.
Yeah.
Some of them, um, like, the problem could be traceable to their parent. Like a parent once told me that I just need you to give my child the basis. There's money my child needs to stay throughout his adult life is already waiting for him.
Oh,
Do you
right.
get that now?
Yeah,
So
I get that
so a
now.
child is already okay, the child is already needs, right? Everything the
Using
child
that word
needs,
in quote,
yes, in
need.
quote, everything the child needs is already waiting for the child. So what's the needs?
Mm.
So such a child, it's very difficult for you to motivate that child, right? Because there is an external mechanism that is already built around that child. It will take a whole lot of effort to break in and motivate that child.
Mm. Yeah, I get it now. So, are there different management techniques for managing lazy students, or is it usually a one model fit for you first? Okay.
Okay, just as we have different shoe sizes,
Okay.
that is how it is in managing lazy students. What worked for you may not work for another person. So there are different techniques, methodology of managing um, lazy students. And in the course of this program, we shall discuss all of that.
Okay. All right. So, dear listener, we're glad to know that you still tune in to Radio Maria 91.3 FM. On our topic today in this Learn With Us program is managing a lazy student. While you were in school, this is to a parent, caregiver, or a guardian, including myself. While you were in school, did you at any time feel lazy towards your education, your learning, your academics? And how were you able to keep up? And what is your view or take on managing a lazy student? Are there other things you would like to suggest that has worked for you if you had one, a student or a child around you that shows signs of laziness? Have you ever had to motivate anyone, or is there a suggestion that you want to give to our audience on how to manage a lazy student to meet up or keep up? When we come back after the break, it will be a time for you to call in and share with us. Just let us know generally your take on this topic today. And the number to call in is 081 Again, the number to call is 081 Remember, when it's time for you to call, turn down the volume of your set or walk away completely. And I also want to tell you that every program we do here, Saturdays, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m., is uploaded on the Radio Maria YouTube channel afterwards. So we encourage you to go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're also on Facebook, follow us. We're on Instagram also. Do well to follow us. So we'll see you shortly after the break. Don't go anywhere. All right, amazing listeners of Radio Maria 91.3 FM Abuja. The program is still Learn With Us. And our topic today is managing a lazy student. So, Auntie Tonia, what are the steps involved in managing a lazy student? Do you need, for instance, do you need to communicate the process to the parent, guardians, school authority before we start?
Okay, the first thing we do in managing a lazy student is to identify that student, have a one-on-one with the student,
Okay.
ask questions, because you can never know the reason behind the child being lazy. There could be factors leading to that child being lazy or responsible for that child being lazy. And as a teacher, you can't do it alone. It's very important we communicate with the parents and if possible get the school management informed, because in a situation where you have to keep that child behind, the school management should be informed. The parents should also be informed. There are some children that stay back, and the students that are not able to meet up with the school time, like copying of notes or doing assignments or having further studies. You keep that child after closing. That's the time you get to do one-on-one with that child, trying to go through the child's notes, trying to make that child sit back and another, copy his or her notes, to update his or her notes. And like I said earlier, asking questions, knowing why this child is acting the way he or she is acting. There could be one or two reasons behind it. You don't just assume or conclude that this child is lazy. Let's have one on one. Having one on one with children who are lazy is very, very important. Ask them questions. They could tell you, they could share one or two things with you, and with that, you can know how to help this child. And like I said, getting the parents involved is also very, very important.
Okay, then the school authority also.
Yes,
Just so they know why the child needs to stay behind
yes,
for further study
yes,
or for counseling if need be.
yes,
All right?
yes.
Okay. Then, Brother Ben, what do you say about that?
Okay, she has said it all.
Okay.
Understanding a child
Mm,
is the first thing you need to do. You need to understand that child because you don't help someone you don't know.
okay.
So you need to know that child, know the child's problem. Then you can marshal out ways in which you can assist that child to come out of laziness. Because, like she mentioned earlier, some students are doing that on purpose, right? They're actually doing it on purpose.
All right. Okay. Hello. Hello. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
All right. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Charles and I do that. Very much.
All right. Let's hear your take on the subject. Oh, sorry, on the topic.
I just want to comment because why, we have tertiary education and non-tertiary education.
Okay.
In quote, like, there are some people that follow their syllabus actually in
Okay.
their own specific education.
Okay.
I,
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
yeah, I think there are some people that follow their specific syllabus in
Oh,
their education.
okay.
Yeah, some people can be able to read and assimilate. Like
Okay.
some people can be able to read and deliver easily.
Okay.
But some people, they have lack, they lack so many things like social amenity, able
Okay.
to relate, and relate to friends, to able to do them to their own activity right there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so everything is all about having the right knowledge and right principle of learning.
Okay.
So you can have a principle of learning if you can be able to put yourself through maybe like night studying.
Okay.
Yeah, like night studying, you can be able to do that. If the person can be able to do that,
Okay.
then you can be able to put yourself perfectly on what you can be able to deliver in
Okay.
your own education.
Oh,
Yeah, and make your life successful. For
okay.
me, we did not way back in actually,
Yes, we can still hear you.
I did know University of Cross way back
Okay.
in
So you're a
2009,
barrister, a learned colleague.
2009, so I'm 35 years old now. So
Or,
after
yeah.
I'm 35, so
Okay.
let's say, now, when I was in school, I was learning, but actually I gained knowledge and able to
Okay.
that communicate to online. So
Okay.
thanks very much.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks so very much for your contribution. This is really helpful. And we hope our listeners will be able to pick that you should do more, study more to be able to meet up. Hello, good evening. What's your name? Yeah, what's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Seven from Paris.
All right, let's hear your contribution.
There are so many factors
Okay.
that will make a child to believe.
Mm.
It could be the fault of the school.
Okay. Mm.
There are some schools that are marked as miracle centers.
Okay.
whereby students are assisted to
Mm.
make up
100%.
in the exams, most especially external exams.
Yeah.
If the student is aware of this system,
Mm.
he or she may decide never to pay attention on his or her work. Because he or she knows at the end of the day,
Mm.
somebody will work it out.
We perform a
Yeah.
miracle.
That's true.
Yeah,
Mm.
at the end of the day, somebody will work it out. Why must I worry myself?
Okay.
Why must I kill myself?
Mm.
And these two are so common nowadays that you can see, before you count 100 students, you must have counted 90 that are not ready to do it the normal way.
Mm.
It's right.
Because I'm a teacher. This is what I
Okay.
see every day.
Oh, okay. So how can we address that particular factor?
It's a long story.
Okay.
If I let not go there, it's true.
Let us go to that.
Let not go there,
Okay.
sir.
All right.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then
Is it common in private
teachers,
or public schools?
so most people that are teaching nowadays, they are frustrated with human beings. They are frustrated. People that have been frustrated, they are finished in one course or the other in higher institution. There is no way to go we're not teaching as the last option for them.
Okay,
Or
so
the only option that's available.
it's to teach.
And providers or schools, they just take them
Mm.
That's true.
because there are no qualified hands
Mm.
to do what they're supposed to do.
Or they can't even pay qualified hands.
Yes,
Yeah.
see, to get a teacher that is qualified, not even in terms of education, that can deliver,
Yes, sir.
that can teach
It's not cheap.
competently,
Mm.
before you can see them nowadays, it's very,
Very
very hard.
difficult, yeah.
Mm.
A lot of schools now, what they do is just keep anybody in the class so as to make parents happy that somebody is teaching their children.
Mm.
There's another principle that I've discovered for long, and I'm seriously against it.
Mm.
The schools always promote everybody,
Okay.
even with or some most times without the knowledge of without involving the parents
Yeah.
or making them to be aware
Mm.
about the weakness,
Okay.
academic weakness
Yes.
So that can also lead
of
to
their children.
laziness, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
they just take every day. There was
It promotes
this
everyone.
morning, just this morning, the parent was telling me she withdrew her child from that school because the school proprietor said
Yeah.
they wanted every parent to be happy.
Mm.
That is why students must get 90, 98, 92, 95, 94, 99,
Oh.
all through.
And this is to the detriment of the students.
That is it.
Mm.
A lot of people that are in school nowadays, they
Yeah.
don't have solid education,
Yeah.
solid foundation
That's true.
in education. Before, hello?
Yes, yes, sir. We can still hear
You
you.
know it, by the time they want to write WAEC
Mm.
or they want to write JAM, they'll be moving from pillar to post looking for somebody that will help them because they don't know anything.
Yeah.
Machinery. Looking for machinery.
The foundation has been wrongly laid.
Okay.
You're right, sir.
And the parents, they encourage this. They like it. They show interest.
Mm. Some of the parents, some of them, not all.
Yeah, most of them. Yeah.
Or,
Most
or
of them.
some. Okay. But not all the
Most of them,
parents.
Not all.
Yes.
Not all.
Okay,
That's
sir.
true.
Yeah, not
That's
all.
even schools. It's not all schools that are involved. I know
Yes.
a school in this Guaripa. Sorry about that. In this Abuja,
No problem.
they don't take any nonsense
Okay.
from
Okay.
any student. Yes.
Yeah.
They do it the way it's supposed to be done, and they're making it.
Okay.
Their result is showing for it.
Yeah. And of course, at the end of the day, they impute and in the child will determine the outputs that we have in the society.
Yes.
So
So many students are always making it in that school. That's what I'm trying to say.
okay,
Because the school had already made it a policy
yeah,
to give the standard and
okay,
to do whatever is going to cost them to
okay,
make the students come out in their flying
colors. All right.
Yeah, so many factors that are making it's the overall effect. I don't know on this country. I'm thinking about it.
Okay. So we want
What
to.
will help us?
Yeah. Amen.
See, I don't just like it. Let me tell you the truth.
All right. We
If I have to go on, we may not conclude this conversation today.
yeah. So we'd like to say thank you so much for your contributions. Thank you so much, sir. I'm sure those concerned are listening. So if you're out there and you're always trying to, make a child go through to the next class, even without that class or that child preparing well and passing, you know that it is not good
Yeah.
for the child. So thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you very much.
All right, before you proceed,
Yeah.
I want to also make another point clear to our audience
Mm.
that the fact that someone is lazy
Mm.
does not necessarily mean the person is not intelligent.
Yeah.
Most lazy students are very intelligent.
Mm. It's just the unwillingness to
yes,
learn.
to learn.
Okay.
And also, you made a point that I want to also correct an impression that we don't have qualified teachers nowadays. No,
Mm.
there are so many qualified teachers, but most private school cannot afford those teachers.
Yeah. Okay. So that is really taking. So, dear listener, you can still call in to the program, is learn with us, and we're talking about managing a lazy student and their factors and what is it that is the suggestion on how to manage a lazy student so that the person can pick up and meet up. So, Auntie Tonia, how long does the process? Okay, Brother Ben, Uncle Ben, how long does the process take before such a student can pick up and meet up? Like when you start managing the student, how long does the process take?
All right, this is something that is unique to a student. Some it might take just 1 week,
Okay.
some 2 days, some months, some even years.
Okay. So this has to depend on what you got during the evaluation, the 101.
Yeah.
So it's based on
that's why you
that.
need to get to understand the person learning ability, um, the methodology that suits the person. So you need to just go around everything and then you know how long it will take. Like I
Okay.
say, depend on the student.
Okay. So Auntie Tonia, how can the parents assist without using force or mounting undue pressure on the student?
Okay. Um, Parents are co-partners
Mm.
in dealing with lazy students. Um, I don't really encourage force.
Yeah.
I don't really encourage
Mhm.
force. I think it's consistent. First of all, drawing this child close.
Mm.
Most parents are too harsh on their children. Too
Mm.
harsh on their children. I would advise that most parents should draw their children close, encourage them with words,
Okay.
and most importantly, pray for them.
All right.
Pray for them. Like Uncle Ben said, most of these lazy students are highly intelligent.
Mm.
They know what they are doing.
Yeah.
All they need is just one word or two.
Mm.
Encouragement. Keep telling them you can do it. I always tell my students, you can do it.
Mm.
You can do it.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping you. You alone can stop yourself.
Mm.
The only person that can stop you is you.
Okay.
So I believe if parents keep talking to their children, I believe one day they will change.
All right. So, Brother Ben, what can you add to that?
And aside talking to their children, of course, there have been many research about parental involvement.
Mm.
More than 80% of parents are not involved in their the academic pursuit of their children.
Okay.
And so, because of that alone, some of them are lazy. After all, my mom is not there. After all, my dad is not there.
Sorry, may I ask why, those persons are not involved in the pursuit of their children's
There are so
education?
many factors responsible.
Yeah, a
Number
few.
number one is that okay, let's take here is Abuja. Everybody needs to hustle.
Okay.
So the time a parent's supposed to be at home, to look at the child's work, the parent is somehow they're hustling.
Okay. The word hustling means they have to juggle between one or two or more jobs just so that they are able to keep food on the table and even pay for the fee of the child. Yeah.
So,
Do a lot of side jobs.
and that is why most of them, once the child cross the school gate in,
That's the end.
that's the end. It's
Okay.
none of their business again.
Okay.
That's in fact they will tell you that's why I'm paying for it. So you should take care of my child.
Okay.
But they don't know that they have a major part to play, major role to play. And the other one could be that okay, the parent is not educated.
All right.
So if you're not educated, how do you even know what your child is doing? You understand? So,
And you know what? I was asked on this program. Maybe I should ask you again. For a parent that is not educated, how can they help to assist the child?
okay, of course, there are so many things they can do. Okay, I'm not educated. I could go to a school. Okay, my child is in a particular school. I could meet a particular teacher.
Okay.
Please, this is my problem. I'm not going to be there for my child because I don't even know what my child is doing. Can you be the foster father or mother and take care of this child for me?
Education wise.
Yes, education wise. It could also tell the child to rely on some of his or her mate in school.
All right. So that brings us to the role that other students can play to motivate the lazy ones. Right?
All right, so Sonia, won't you go for that?
Okay. The role other students play.
Yeah, other students can play. For example, the other ones that are not lazy, that are very willing to learn. How can they help to motivate the ones who are unwilling to learn?
Okay. As a form teacher, I have about 21 students in my class,
Mm.
and I try as much as possible to ask them, "Who is your friend?"
It must be a private school.
Yeah, because that setting of just 21 in the
21?
class, as against some class that will hear up to like
100?
100.
Yes.
So you must, have a close teaching relationship with this student. So let's hear you.
Okay, I ask them, "Who is your friend?"
Okay.
And I try as much as possible to encourage them to make friends with someone who is serious or who is more willing to learn. That way, they check on one another.
All right, like what you call accountability partners.
Yes, yes. And I also tell those who are serious, if you call someone your friend and you're not able to tell the person or ask the person, "Have you copied your notes? Are you studying?"
Hello, good evening. What's your name? Hello, good evening. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Calling from Babalada.
All right. How's Babalala today, this evening?
Babalada is cool.
All right. Let's say your
Thank
contribution.
you. I am a parent. I have a child
Okay.
who is a slow learner.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
So I don't know. I don't want like necessary for him to pick up, but up to now she cannot pick up. And in the school,
Mm.
they keep changing the teacher. I'll go to I'll see the teacher, explain my problem with the teacher.
Yes.
But they keep changing teachers every time. And because the one that maybe they pick the child from the first term, when he goes in the second term, is a different person who has known about the child, who maybe will be there to help you in one thing or the other. They change him. And again in the class, there are 40 plus. So I don't know how many. I haven't got angry that we wanted to change the type to another school, but is the finance my body if I wanted to change the child to take it to another school. So I'm asking now, what can I do? What can we do to help such a child?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your contribution. And hello, can you hear us? Okay. So if you're still out there listening, yeah, we're going to have very soon. We have that in the list of our topic that we're going to create here very soon on how to help or assist or manage a slow learner to also, pick up and meet up. So until then, if you want to have like further conversation on this before we treat or we discuss that topic here, you may send your name and your phone number to this particular line that you call so that we can get back to you and do a follow up. Okay, please send us your name, your phone number, and say, I am the one who called for so thing, and make your request. So we'll get back to you on that while we plan to discuss the topic properly on how to assist a slow learner to meet up. So, yeah, brother Uncle Ben, can you share a few techniques with us on how to manage the lazy students?
All right, so I'm going to be more practical on this. Currently, I'm teaching a child who is in grade 4.
Okay.
And the first two, I started last month.
Okay. So sorry, this you adding together because I was going to ask you, to give us an instance where you had to manage and motivate a local student.
Okay,
How
okay.
it ended. So you may want to just follow that up.
Okay.
The technique and how.
Okay,
you did
number
that.
one, number one is motivation,
Okay.
right? Motivation could be in form of an incentive, a praise, or anything. You understand? Some people like validation.
Yeah.
So if if they've done something good, they like you to tell them about it.
Mm.
They like other people to know about what they have done, and then they'll be on top of the world. That's one way to motivate the lazy student.
Mm.
Like I said, you could give something like, okay, like a parent came here the other time who told us that one of the promises I think she has made to one of the students or the child was that if that child pass the senior wife very well, you get the child a gift.
Yeah.
So gift is part of motivation.
Mm.
So both parent and teacher can adopt that method to assist bring up the lazy student.
Okay. So share with us an instance where you had to manage one and how it ended.
All right, like I'm actually an expert in managing lazy students,
Okay.
and then students who are having challenges learning,
Like slow learners.
like slow learners. So
Okay.
that's actually my field. It's a passion. I
Okay.
didn't just walk into education because I'm looking for money.
Mm.
So I'm doing it because that is actually my calling.
Yeah.
And so now this child who is in grade 4 currently, I started teaching her last month,
Mm.
and then she in grade 4 she don't know how to recite times table up to 3.
Mm.
Yes, so she's still at 2.
Okay.
And then I told her that okay, I tried helping her to recite, you know, 1 week, the second week she was not able to, she was still feeling. The father was very concerned. So what do we do? As I told the father that we need to this is a process.
Mm.
It's not something we should rush. And that the child will eventually catch up. So what I did last week, what it was just last week,
Yes.
I told the child that okay, there is a friend I will need you to meet. That friend is also in grade 4, but the person is in multiplication number 14.
Mm.
And when you meet with this girl I'm going to introduce you to, you're going to do a bit of a competition.
Okay.
Do you know that I went there today and this girl is already in 13?
How did that
Within
happen?
the space of 2 weeks, she's already in 13.
Not cramming, but with understanding.
With understanding, she's already in 13. So there are students like that or children like that that need that kind of motivation before they can actually learn. So you need to actually identify the challenge of that child,
Mm.
know the right technique that is suitable for that child, and you see that it will work out and the child will learn. Like I said, lazy students are actually very intelligent,
Yeah.
but they just lack the willingness to do the right thing. So you just need to tune in to that particular, frequency that will help them,
Mm.
and they'll pick up.
Oh, I'm happy about that success story already. So if you're out there and you have a challenge with your child, you know, exhibiting those factors or signs that we mentioned here earlier on as the ones that are the pointers to know that someone is lazy, you may want to take some of the suggestions that have been mentioned on this program. Or if you still want a follow up, you can send us a message and a name to this phone number and make that request so we'll know how to follow up with you. Right? So please don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll go to the other segment of the program where we shall be wrapping up. Welcome back, dear listeners of Radio Maria 91.3 FM Abuja, the voice of truth. The program is still Learn with us, and you have been listening to the topic managing a lazy student. If you are just joining in, we would not say you have missed a lot. There's still chances for you to know what we've discussed here today when this program is uploaded on the Radio Maria 91.3 FM YouTube channel. So you can do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have been listening in before and you've missed any part or you want to just refresh your memory on what we have discussed today, you can still go there and listening in on the program when it is uploaded. So this is the last segment of the program today, Vocation and Fun Corner. So I'm going to be asking Uncle Ben a question now. Uncle Ben, are you ready for this question?
You've been asking the questions all the.
No, the audience needs to know that you're ready to give them correct answers.
Okay, yes,
You-
I will try. I will try.
Please
Mm,
teach them right.
okay.
All right. So Uncle Ben, who is an equestrian? Equestrian.
Okay. You sound like someone who works in a restaurant.
Uncle Ben, please get serious. Equestrian.
Maybe I'm hungry. But you sound like someone who's.
Last time you said a phlebotomist is somebody that has a big tummy. You think I don't remember?
It's not someone.
And you say a ligament is the road that leads to a joint where two people go for refreshment when we ask you about a joint.
Imagine.
Yes.
Equestrian, Uncle Ben, please.
It's big.
Yes. And this is your last chance.
Okay.
I've been trying to motivate you with nice
Please
words.
repeat that question again.
Dear Uncle Ben, could you please let the audience know who is an equestrian?
Equestrian.
You're on hot seat.
Okay.
Equestrian.
Can I help you out?
Yeah, please do.
All right. Uncle Ben,
Mhm.
an equestrian is someone that is involved with horses.
Eh?
Horses,
Seriously?
yes. And this is with regards to horseback riding.
Wow.
Do you understand that?
Very well.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, then I have one simple question for you.
How simple is it?
Very, very simple.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go.
What do you call someone that is responsible for some or all aspects of management of horses?
Okay. How do you call this simple? And this is more difficult than this other one now. Forget, I'm not a lazy student, so I'm not trying to complain.
Okay, just give me the answer.
Okay, the answer, what I would say to that is man horse.
Eh?
No, sorry. Horseman. No,
Donkey.
sorry. Uncle Ben, please, could you just help me out?
Yeah, you're the one on the hot seat now. You see?
Okay, please help me out.
Alright, so the person could be called a groom.
A groom.
Yes, just groom.
Husband to somebody's.
Yes.
Husband to a bride.
Yes, groom. As simple as that.
As simple as that.
Or you could call it stable or
I think I will always remember group.
grew.
All right. So, Uncle Ben, I'm
Yes.
going to be asking you the last question now.
Okay.
Name 4 animals that are capable of sleeping on their feet, and why is it so?
Sleeping on their feet and why
Is it so?
Okay, animals sleeping on their feet. Number one, cow.
Hmm.
Two, sheep. Three, goat. Number four, elephant. And the reason is okay. The reason is because these animals are ruminants.
Hmm. What do you mean by ruminants?
That means they can sleep while standing.
Teacher, at this point, I will say, teacher, don't teach me. Okay, Uncle Ben, let me help you out.
Okay.
Though, I'll score you 1/4.
1/4.
Yes, because
I need-
elephant is there.
I need some motivation.
So, I'll get you one sweet after the program.
Seriously?
It's something.
Okay, maybe I should be specific next time.
Okay, so 1/4. Other animals are zebras.
Okay.
You have giraffe. You have elephant and you have horses.
Okay.
So you see, 4 of them. Now, why they are able or why they sleep while standing is because these animals are big animals. So it's easier for them to take off when they see or hear the sign of a predator, because it will be very difficult for them while they are lying down to get up when a predator comes.
Oh.
Wow.
Let's take, for
Okay.
instance, an adult horse sleeps standing on their feet mostly about 5 hours in a day. Yeah, they have 5 hours of sleep in a day.
Standing.
Standing.
Yeah. However, experts in that field says it is good for them to take at least 25 minutes out of those 5 hours to lie down so that they would not fall off or fall down or throw a rider off their back due to deprivation of sleep. Because when they are able to lie down to sleep for at least 25 minutes, all their body system is able to get the adequate rest that they need. So,
Thank you very much.
Uncle Ben, I hope you are there. Goat is not one of them. Because you were so sure with what they always say, full chest,
Yeah.
to name goat among them.
Okay, thank you very much.
So, dear audience, we know that you'll be able to learn something today on this program. So, Uncle Ben, over to you now.
All right. Thank you very much, dear listener. We have a take-home question today.
Okay.
The first person to send the correct answer to this question, so our phone number, will get a gift of a mathematics textbook.
Hmm. So, our phone number is the phone number to send the answer to is 08108447518. So when you send us the answer, send us your name as well. So we'll tell you how to receive the gift. So Uncle Ben, the question.
Okay, so I mentioned earlier, attempting to answer her question, I mentioned the word ruminant.
Ruminant.
Yes, so the question is, what are ruminant animals?
Okay. And you give us examples too, right?
Yes, with
Okay.
examples. The first person to send the correct answer will get a gift of the mathematics textbook.
Okay. First question, the first person to send the answer, correct answer to the question, what a ruminant animal, and the examples of ruminant animals. So send your answer and the name and your name to 08108447518. On this note, we'd like to say thank you to our amazing, wonderful, good listeners of Radio Maria 91.3 FM Abuja, the voice of truth. We are glad that you were with us throughout this program today or at some point of this program today. Learn with us. And don't forget that this program comes up every Saturday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And we also like to say thank you to our amazing guest and resource person, Auntie Tonia.
Thank you.
Beautiful Auntie Tonia and with wonderful contributions. And Uncle Ben, let me say thank you to you too. Even as you got 1/3 today.
At least it's something.
And at this point, we want to let you know that Radio Maria is registered as an NGO. As such, does not run on profit. So we appeal to you to send us a monthly contribution of 500 naira or more to the Radio Maria account details. So if you want to know about the account details, you can send us a message. You can send a message to this phone number 08108447518. And we'll say thank you to the studio manager, Uncle Lupe. And at this time, we say bye bye and keep listening to Radio Maria. Bye.
Bye.